Totally disrespect. They don't have no respect for OKC. You usually get a young team coming and playing the champs, they're like, yeah. And then he got the award in front of the boy. He said, hey, man, I felt like he was like, hey, that was mine. Like, I'm telling you, that smoke is real. And then he played with that. Under control, like, yeah, so.
We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got what's always a hard-hitting battle in the NFC North, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
I ain't pointing at nobody. But if they would have came to the side game, we could have gave us 2 years. We can't never get to players like Carmelo. We got to. All NBA teams announced, where I think there's some changes from your official ballot, but let's take a look. First team, SGA.
We have moved from Prague to Vietnam. I travel fast. I'm ready to talk about how Big Azula, 49ers trade acquisition plans to deliver his career best season. In all seriousness, I'm still in Prague, but this is one of the coolest discoveries I have made. A cultural tie and legacy that dates back to the
They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018, drafted #1 overall the subsequent year, Kyler Murray.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself.
There he goes, right side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Jones, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign.
12 of those coming by way of knockout against
The extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 7 in that game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away, because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down, run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
The 37-yard line.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he's going to be stopped up quickly. Just a yard up to the 39. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Vikings offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. They fake the handoff, now Murray. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Up the middle, Jones. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 77 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So they're making a real first-quarter statement with the run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
He nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
The Vikings field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6th there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they come this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on the opening drive.
A gain of 11 on the play. Touchdown, Detroit.
There's Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 11 yards there, just like last play.
You can almost hear the siren relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Well, he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. The Lions at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Goff now to throw. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works. Ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And he is going to lose yardage here. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
And the Lions first down.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone, but was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So that one a disaster. Big loss there with 2nd down coming up. From the gun. Murray. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. And this is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gone. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones to about the 48-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Powering his way forward. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 105 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Murray now running right on the option. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Murray going to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. And Detroit back in possession of the football. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
That's good for a Lions first down. A gain of 14. First down, Lions.
Now gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. So nothing doing there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now gone. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. 3rd down and 1. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Lions have cut it back within a score.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Vikings 10.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A beautiful fake. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on return. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. Remember, the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
There's Murray. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Murray now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson is 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Jameer Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And now the 1,400-yard mark eclipsed. A touchdown on that last drive. He's put together such a solid season. We always talk about 1,000-yard campaigns, and 2,000 so elusive, but 1,500, that's a nice total to aim toward, too.
It really is, because when you get to that type of a number, you know those guys up front have done yeoman duty, right? And what we don't give them enough credit for is not just the initial blocks that they make. It's that second and third block. Sometimes you get the combination blocks where you're running the power game. But how about the linemen who can get their block on the line of scrimmage and climb to the second and the third level and get linebackers and defensive backs downfield to gain additional yards?
It's caught inside the 25. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. That's a good hard running there as he pushes way forward for about 5. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Goff now looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
3rd and 1.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Back to throw, Goff. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete. No move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and run for it. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
It's a gain of
Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
But what they're seeking with an RPO is space for the receiver to make a catch and then make a play downfield, but there wasn't any space available, thus the incompletion.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And they'll end up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left half. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 1 second, all that remains. The final shot before break here. Goff. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Is good. Makes the score.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, trying to slow things down a little bit.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is gone. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Goff. To the left side, he finds Teslar. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. Now a 2nd and 6.
A shotgun snap for Goff. He's got it to Williams. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Gibbs is into the end zone. A touchdown, Lions. Well, finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Point after right down the middle. And the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Well, now how about this return?
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Finding Hawkinson here on the out route.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again to Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And this defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might...
Murray fighting, lost the football. To fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that. So you look over at the sideline. His head coach saying, oh, hey, kick it. Field goal time.
So 3 points. Response there. The opening touchdown was 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
This this drive here, beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 101 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down at 7.
120. 76. 76.
From the gun, here's Goff. Throw over the middle, finds Williams. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Well, an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Goff. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Sam Laporta. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Gibbs. Nothing doing there. They're going to
2.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game.
Here now, second and goal. Hunt is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal.
Like 20.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? Third and goal.
Cut. 180. We go. 76. 76.
They'll try and run it with Gibbs.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the fourth.
The kick is good.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Ooh, the juke. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 24-23. A minute 51 on the clock. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. Murray to throw.
Pass complete. It's Hawkinson.
And they finally get him tonight before he reaches the 33-yard line.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And this is caught, Jennings. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Juwan Jennings,
32 yards.
and the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
The Vikings will
They're going to run for the Jones. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
Now it's gone. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Goff now to throw.
26-yard line.
St. Brown on the catch. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Tiger, 180.
Now Goff.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Goff.
Short pass here taken in by Laporta.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as understand where they are on the field?
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
He'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Here's 1st down.
That's another Detroit Lions.
Back to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game. Well, they had guts to go for that, and they got it. Now, if you're the defense, you feel some major pressure, don't you?
Well, they put it on you, haven't they? They've told you you are the unit they believe in. We'll find out now if they can make it hold up. But, boy, just going for it in that spot.
I know, right?
Amazing.
So now it's the Vikings' turn. Trailing by 1 after the 2-point conversion. A little under 30 seconds remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. Murray. Able to find Jones. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Here's 2nd down.
To throw is Murray. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Completes this to Jefferson.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Now Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Now inside the 25.
And This defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. Now the try here for the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Vikings take over first and 10.
This is first and 10.
28-yard line.
Murray, one final try. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. What a thrill.